Welcome everybody, man, to Second Gear, the sports show where regular guys talk sports, man. I'm, of course, your main host, Cletus Cassidy. I only say main host because it's my show and my idea, so I get to be the main host. Before we get into the show today, man, I want to thank all of our listeners, all five of y'all. Y'all have been amazing. I'm really, really glad we're able to do it for a handful of people every week, and that's what it's all about. Want to give y'all a quick chance to check out something. The colors are going to change real quick. Y'all will be okay. If you ever want to see me at my real job doing stand-up comedy, one night only, Virginia Beach Funny Bone, November the 26th, special performance by me. So come out to the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. Check out your main man, Cletus Cassidy. It'll help you laugh off some of those holiday pounds. Tickets are available right now, vb.funnybone.com. All right, man. Well, we got a full house of 2 viewers right now. I'm going to go ahead and get this show started. Don't want to keep the viewers waiting, man. We are right now. I've checked out all the rankings. We are the 1,675,000 rated show in America. Shout out to us. Progress. Started from the bottom, and we are still there. So we're going to get this show started today. Let me bring in my co-host today in order of how they appeared and how they made it into the room. Our first co-host today, man. Sun's out, guns out, and he's got a weird explanation as to why he's the way that he is today. Y'all, please show your love for Slater. Slater, why are you in the Squires jersey? Help me understand this.
I'm officially done with football this season.
We're week 9.
To be real with you, I like basketball, but I don't like it anywhere near as much as football. But now I've moved on to basketball. I'm done with it, man.
Week 9, that dude, the disgruntled Commanders fan.
They quit. They quit, so I did too.
He said they quit. Why can't I?
Listen, we're done with it. Let's go on and get these trades off, bro, and let's go ahead and get ready for 2024. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm over.
All right, okay. That dude is out here to resign. That dude is going to the locker room as a Commander fan. Also here today, man. In order of how they arrived to work today, y'all show some love, man, for my man, Jay Wells. What up with you, sir?
What's up, man? What's going on, y'all? Happy Taco Tuesday on Halloween.
Man, it's Taco Tuesday, Halloween. I took my son trick-or-treating in Dollar General today. Yep. So just go in there, find a bag, and get it going. Oh goodness, we're going to the freeze again. What is happening? What is happening?
You done told the people you the main host and you frozen, man.
This is what's crazy. You don't treat the main hoe like that.
Main hoe.
That is complete side hoe action. All right, let me see if I can bring in.
Yeah,
now I gotta go all the way to an alternate source of I gotta go all the way to an alternate source to try to bring in this guy.
I mean, the good thing is we hear you loud and clear.
Double the pleasure, baby. Double the pleasure.
There's 2 me's out here.
Got that double action. 2 for 1 special.
Let's do this.
Unmute yourself.
I had to get one of the me's out of here. And now that I've done that, we're back, and let me see. And now, of course, it's working right. See, this is why I hate it here. Let's see. All right, technical difficulties. We'll get it together. Let me bring this guy in.
Back there.
He's in tears. He's in tears here, my man. Alonzo McCoy.
This guy, the first person to appear as a guest on his own show.
We breaking barriers.
Listen, I do all I can for all 5 of our listeners. You know, that's the kind of guy that I am. I'm not here to make a mockery of anything. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the show, man. We got a lot of show to pack into 1 hour. A lot of time. It's an action-packed.
That's crazy.
An action-packed show today. So let's start with this. Let's start with the fact that we are now looking at probably. Let's try this here.
Boom.
Got a lot of feedback there. Let's get this guy out of here. There we go. And let's move this away here. All right, let's look at this. Is probably one of the wildest times of the year. It's so wild right now that baseball is actually in the World Series, and nobody knows. Nobody knows that baseball is currently in the midst of its World Series. People could care less. This was the lowest rated World Series of all time. For $10, guys, can you tell me who's playing in the World Series?
Who knows?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows who's playing in the World Series right now. It's the Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers. I think it's 2-1. They're probably playing a game tonight. Nobody's paying any attention to it. Nobody knows
those
who's
are
playing.
Random teams on the planet.
And Breeze said the Texans, and it's not even the Texans. It's the Texas Rangers. It's you like the Houston Texans. They're doing double duty. They're playing both games. But anyway, so the World Series is happening. Now that we've acknowledged the World Series and the fact that no one cares about baseball, let's move on to something more important. I've got a list of items for us to talk about. We're going to start it off with the big trade. It's the trade deadline in the NFL, but the NBA was like, let's steal the headlines today. Big trade in the NBA. James Harden once again has taken control of his own destiny and has been traded from the Philadelphia 76ers, a team he can't trust, he says, to the Los Angeles Clippers. That's right, the JV Los Angeles team. He is now a Clipper, which gives you a starting five of Paul George, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. There's another scorer. Who's the other guy there? Kawhi Leonard. And there's another guy there.
Where's Zubac starts?
And Zubac. There you go. There's your five. I mean, you got Kawhi, you got Leonard. Well, Kawhi is Leonard. What's happening in LA? Well, you got all the guys that claim who get hurt all the time. Marie says, can they stay healthy? Is the question. All the Clippers now the odds-on favorite to be the best team in Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, you said?
Yeah, I don't have them winning the NBA championship, but will they now be better than the Lakers? Is that now a hotter ticket than a Laker ticket? Give it to me, Zoe.
Nowhere they're a hotter ticket. Nobody, in the end, nobody cares about the Clippers. They care about LeBron James and the drama around everything that is him. So I know if I'm going to LA and I'm going to one game, that's where I'm going. And the Clippers are always a stepchild. It's been that way for 40 years now, since Norm Nixon was over there, you know. And they can finish higher in the standings than the Lakers, but it's still Laker town. I'll always give them that.
Here's one thing that I noticed about this is a true story. I've been to the crypto arena, and if you go out there, there is a bunch of statues out there for basically the Hall of Fame players, the greatest players to play in that stadium. Now, remember, the Clippers have always played there as well as the Lakers. And they have this great stadium, man. It's amazing. And they got all these statues. The Shaquille O'Neal statue looks just like Shaquille O'Neal dunking a basketball. However, it's crazy. There is no Clipper outside of there. Oscar De La Hoya is out there. Shaquille O'Neal. Multiple Lakers. Chip Hearn. That dude is an announcer. He never even played a game for the Lakers. There are zero Clippers out there. Why are the Clippers this way? Give it to me, Jason.
Man, they just the bottom feeders. As a matter of fact, I mean, they the best team in the Drew League if you're talking about LA. So when you go there, you get that part of it. But think about it, man. Like LeBron, I think everybody talking about his minute restrictions more than they talking about the Clippers. So, I mean, when you got a guy who has that type of impact, I mean, James Harden, he going to be the topic for about the next 30 days, and then he going to be mad. You know, somebody else going to be a liar, you know, and then we're going to just move on.
I think that James Harden has forced his way out of more relationships than Kim Kardashian. bringing me to a question, and you guys know both pop culture and sports. The 76ers, of course, now I think have dropped tremendously as far as when you look at their talent level. They dropped tremendously. Harden was still a big piece of what you had going over there. And this will be like this 95th start lineup for the 76ers. Who's gone through more men? The 76ers starting lineup or Joe Smith's wife? You guys tell me right now. Who do we got? Who do we got? Slater, who we got? My fault. Slater, who we got? The 76ers lineup or Joe Smith's wife? Who's going through more men?
I was about to say, is this a sports question? Because I think you can replace that with a couple of more women and we can keep that conversation going.
Sheesh.
But at the same time, man, the 76ers has been an absolute revolving door, man. And
so has Joe Smith's wife. This is what we're not understanding. She just started the OnlyFans and clearly told us, man, I was a porn star when you met me. What makes you think I was going to give up on my day job?
So in that case, let's bring the two together then. They both are true to who they are.
The 76ers and Joe Smith's wife, both hoes that you got to pay to see. All right, gotcha. Let's get to my next note. The hype train is starting to derail. Jason, I know your wife's favorite team is not the Cowboys. It is the Colorado Buffaloes. But is the hype train starting to derail? Colorado's lost 4 of their last 5 games. They are on a losing streak. They lost again to UCLA. And after the game, Deion Sanders threw his offensive line under the bus. Deion Sanders basically says, hey, I'm getting new guys in here. I don't like these guys. And he still has games left. How do you tell your whole offensive line you suck, basically, when you still have games left, taking no accountability for his coaching, game plan? They came in off of a bye week and played worse than they did before the bye week. Jason, is the hype wearing off and now coaching having to take over and primetime not prepared for that? What's happening?
Man, I'm gonna say this. I gave my wife. I'm sorry, let me flip that around. My wife gave me all Saturday myself, the tailgate, you know what I'm saying, off the state. I'm checking in on FaceTime and hey babe, you know, here go this person. You know, one thing I didn't see or hear, I did not hear any Colorado. I didn't hear no Deion Sanders. But what I did hear is that he throwing these guys under the bus again, talking about some, you know, not only his linemen, but now he building those excuses in. Oh, you know, somebody stole our jewelry. Now,
we're going to talk about that too.
If you remember, that's what he did at Jackson State right before he decided to leave, right? So it seemed like it's a built-in pattern. I mean, so the hype is kind of like dying down on it. And what they had 4 games, so now they're in danger of not getting to the bowl. We saw saying 6 or 7. They might not even get to 5.
It could be tough for them to get to 5. I think they may get that 5th game. I think 6 may be impossible for them. Slater, what do you think, man? Is the hype running off on Prime, man, and what he's got going on over there?
Well, first of all, I got to start this by saying, hey, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I really did think that Colorado was going to come in and prove the doubters wrong. But they definitely got some growing to do. They got some work to do. And to put it all on the O-line, especially, and here's the biggest scare for me. You put it all on the O-line with your son at quarterback.
They still got to go block for that guy.
Bro, you wild, dog. You don't. He just set that man up for suicide, dog.
Hey, man, I'm waiting until I see all-out blitz, and I'm remembering each comment from the press conference, and I suddenly got a cramp. The Olay block I'm going to throw is going to be ridiculous.
Bro, it is no way. As soon as they snap the ball, they're going to take a knee.
I'm waiting until it's 3rd and 17, guaranteed passing situation, full house blitz. I'm reading the blitz. I see it coming. I'm letting that linebacker through.
Oh,
I am going to let them knock the Shador out of him.
So outside his comments, man, I'm more concerned for Shador now more than ever.
He had to take a pain shot to continue the game the other day. I don't think they're doing the best by that kid. And as a guy who served as an offensive coordinator, one of the things they're not doing is they're not running the ball because they want to pass Shadour's stats. And they're not giving them a chance with their play calling to make the offensive line look better. If you go back and you actually watch Colorado, 0 times. They throw the ball 36 times in a row. Never will have a tight end in to help block as a 6 blocker. They always send the back out of the backfield. They don't leave the back end to block.
No shit,
They
man.
set those guys up, 5 guys on an island. Nobody does that in the NFL, pros, pee-wee football. Somebody's going to get beat, and your quarterback's going to get killed, and that's a problem. Zoe, people have been saying that Prime can't coach. Is it just about him motivating and putting butts in seats, or does he need to take more command over what's going on over there and not throw the kids under the bus? What do you think?
Well, you can start off by saying, hey, we're going to bring some excitement and put butts in the seats and revamp the program and get everybody all up in arms about what's going on. But eventually, got to get back to the core of what we're trying to do here. You're trying to build a successful team, a successful program, and you got to take things that worked in the past, not just what you do, things that actually work, and put it out in the meeting rooms and your practices, and eventually take it onto the field. I think Deion, he got a lot of growing to do. I always said that, but he's got to recognize that. And I hope he listens to others, because I'm quite sure, if you guys, we sit here and we recognize these things. There's got to be a lot of guys a lot smarter than me that are around him that tell him how things should be. And I hope he's listening to him. And as far as the offensive lineman, I heard that. And somebody who wasn't an athlete, somebody who has been around the athletes, I can only imagine if somebody who was in a position of importance and power were to throw me under the bus and I don't have a voice, how I would respond if I came back later on. So you use the example of Ole waiting for the blitz. Oh, yeah, I definitely think that happens. And hopefully Deion realizes he was wrong, corrects that immediately, even if it's in private. I hope he does it publicly. But even in private, to help the team out. But nah, you can't do that. I don't support that. Hopefully it changes.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that I don't like about Deion Sanders and what he's doing over there with that program.
Oh, just a couple?
Just a couple. Just from a coaching standpoint, I've coached before. I don't like the favoritism he shows some of the kids. When I look up and I see my head coach at the Laker game on wood, and even if it had been Shiloh and Shador, I might have been okay because those are his kids. Well, Travis is his son too, but but when I see my head coach out on wood at the Nuggets game, hugging with just 2 players on the team, he didn't make it a team outing. So now everybody else has got curfew. They got to be in a room because this is what y'all do. But I'm gonna go take these guys to the game. I think you see how he treats those guys. Those guys can never make mistakes. Travis Hunter clearly got destroyed in the game before that. He didn't come out there and say Travis has got to play better. Travis is on one of the worst defenses in college football. He's never come out and said Travis has got to play better. When he comes out and he says, after that game, man, Shador Sanders is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I believe the best quarterback in the country. And the old lineman let him down. Okay. And I need new old linemen in here. He never does that.
That was the part. It wasn't just the fact that it was on them, but they had a nerve to say, oh, yeah, but we're going to have other guys in here.
I'm going to go get some new guys.
But, man, you are trying to get your son massacred, bro.
And these are the 85 guys that he brought in. He doesn't even take responsibility for the fact these are the guys that you handpicked to bring in here. And when you beat TCU and when you beat Nebraska, is we coming. We good enough. We coming. Do you believe now? Now, I need these guys out of here. Bring me some guys that actually play. That dude is horrible. Travis Hunter is his son. Second of all, he now Deion's new thing is to get attention, I think, off of what he said about the linemen, is he is now putting pressure on the NCAA to pay for the stolen jewelry from the game. He says the NCAA should pay for his players' jewelry that was stolen during the game. Again, that's a culture that you created. I don't think there's any other team in the league who Nick Saban is not telling those Alabama guys to bring their jewelry to the games. No, you come in, you wear Alabama shirt and tie, and that's it. You don't come in here blinged out especially for a road game. You put this out there, you do this, and now you want the NCAA to pay for it. I just think it's a horrible idea. Am I wrong in that? Jason, what do you got?
I think you're absolutely not wrong in that instance, right? And the big thing you said is he's creating a culture. He set the expectation. And so by doing this, you have to think about this even on a recruitment standpoint, right? So now he's telling you that my guy's not good enough. First he's saying they are. He's throwing everybody under the bus except his sons. So now when he walk into that house and talk to that mom, now the ammunition, are you going to treat my son like this now? So trying to get new guys in may just be a little bit more difficult than he originally presumed it would be. And the crazy part about that is at the end of the day, he still has to win, and he's not. So instead of saying, hey, you know what, it's going to take us time to develop. You know what, I didn't do my job. He's always deflecting and blaming and putting it on other places. And when you do that, that's a sign of bad leadership.
Big time.
All right, Slater, I see, because Slater has been the biggest Prime fan. Slater, what do you got?
I still got to be careful how I talk about it, man, because Deion is my dude. Shout out to Pastor E. Dewey Smith. Y'all know that's the Deion's pastor and his team chaplain, of course. So, and I was just with E. Dewey last Tuesday, so I got to be careful. But at the same time, y'all, it's just the math ain't mathing. That's all I can say. The math ain't
playing no theme music. I love the fact that he sell out. Listen, you say what you want to say, and Slater, you can understand this one. This guy, Deion Sanders, is a Southern preacher. He is a mega church preacher to the core. And you know, they call him a snake oil salesman, whatever. That dude's got the words that he'll put honey into your ear.
He'll sell shoes to a dude with no feet.
Listen, he will sell ice to a snowman, sell water to a whale. He's that guy. But at the end of the day, once that whale gets the water, he was like, "Hey man, what did I get this water for?" Yeah. And I think that's what's kind of happening right now.
I think the struggle is, and I think a lot of people can learn from the Deion situation. The struggle is when you talk a lot, you have to back that up. And when you're not backing it up, you still got to make yourself look like you that guy. And so the best thing to do is back it up with action. And this is it. I mean, y'all can take this anywhere in life, not just sports. But, man, you have to back up what you say. So before you start talking so much, like build first. Let your actions speak for you. Because he's in a tough spot. He can't take back all the stuff he said. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now it's like you kind of left only to deflect. You're kind of left to only act like it's not you because you done told everybody you the man.
Listen, let me say something about Deion's comment. Common sense is common sense. I don't know if y'all know where UCLA is, but UCLA is in Los Angeles, okay? Los Angeles is Los Angeles. Them boys been watching Shador everywhere we've gone. We've seen how much the watch is. We've seen what it is. We know what kind of watch it is. And we know you ain't going to be wearing that watch on the field. Them boys been scheming on stealing for a long time. At certain points.
That's how they say it.
Yo, but think about this, right? If this happened to your guys at Jackson State and you bring them over here, now, the one thing, if you're so smart, you believe lightning shouldn't strike twice. But if it do, all them kids should have insurance on their jury. So why should the NC2A be trying to pay for that jury?
He should, do the insurance claim, move on. There's no way you got
I was told the jury at Jackson State actually wasn't stolen. Then it
was an attempted steal. They caught the guy. The security guard just happened to see them stealing. Right. The person who said they won't steal it, they said they had just found it. They was giving it back. Why is all this stuff happening? Now, I do think Shador's car got stolen or the windows got broken out of it, something of that nature. He has a violence, but I know plenty of people that go to Howard, their windows get broken out every Tuesday. So that just kind of happens. But you got to be smarter. At a certain point, I hate to say it, but niggas gonna nig. Niggas is gonna nig. You got to stop them from nigging.
How you gonna stop them from nigging?
Hey, and listen,
they're nigging in Colorado out there.
Hey, can we address something else?
I was just in Denver.
Were
And
you
the
nigging in
quote,
Colorado?
I'm a quote a Spade's term. Not only is they gonna nig once, but they will renege. Listen, I'm gonna tell you that right now. What you got, Jason?
I'm gonna officially say, in the beginning when we started talking about some Dion and how he brought notoriety to HBCUs, and then when he left, he took it away. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we just had the best homecoming in NSU history last weekend. So
Absolutely.
as far as I'm concerned, he may have bought more notoriety, but the HBCU experience is still there.
So I think that again, because niggas gonna dig, I hate the Norfolk State. It's not your typical homecoming. They need to take down the fences. The fences are a horrible idea. Somebody's gonna die. It was 3 offensive linemen.
Definitely gonna die if we don't take those fences down.
It was 3 offensive linemen that picked the fences up, and those offensive linemen were all women. If they could get scholarships to Colorado, they'll be great. I haven't seen a clean and jerk like that in a long time. Those women did a great job of tearing down fences. Black women have been tearing down fences for years, and they showed it again at Norfolk State homecoming. Norfolk State has got to get over this thing about trying to make money. Money ain't everything, man. Somebody's going to lose their life or be seriously injured. I was out there the year before when everybody started running and the stampede happened. Right. And people got trampled, and I was like, oh, there's no way they're going to do this again. And they're like, hey, let's double down and make it bigger. So anybody, let those $20.
The wall wasn't big enough.
Yeah, let those $20 go and just go ahead and let people go out there. People pay for their spots to tailgate. You're gonna make enough money. Let it go, man. Let it go. We got to do better. But in weird sports news, I don't know if you know this, but in the pantheon of sport, one of the most important things is pregame setting the American standard by singing the national anthem.
Yes,
the Milwaukee Bucks may have stooped to an all-time low. We've seen Carl Lewis, we've seen Roseanne Barr, we've even seen the eloquence of a Whitney Houston. Never before have we seen Flavor Flav sing the national anthem.
I am defending Flavor Flav right now. You feel like that was an all-time low?
It wasn't all-time low?
No.
But it was low enough.
Fergie was an all-time low.
No, Macy Gray was the all-time low.
Yeah, Macy Gray.
Well, no, Roseanne Barr was an all-time low.
Yeah, Roseanne, all-time low.
You got Roseanne Barr, Carl Lewis.
Yeah, Carl Lewis.
Macy Gray.
Put him on that list because Carl was like, "Oh my, oh Lord," in the middle of singing.
So Flavor top 5.
Man, look. Flavor Flav gave a great performance, in my opinion.
He didn't sing well. But he also wasn't bad.
He didn't forget the words either. You got people that can sing that didn't know the words. He didn't forget all the words.
Denzel Glover brings up the DeMarcus Ware debacle.
That was horrible.
Here's why I think DeMarcus Ware was worse.
Though, right?
That was horrible.
Because DeMarcus thought he was out there killing.
He really was. He had his hand moving and all kinds of stuff.
DeMarcus Ware thought for a moment he was Luther Vandross sleeping with Dwight Howard. I was just like, I need you to calm down. I don't know how Dwight Howard got in.
Jesus.
But no, he has nothing to do with it. Flavor Flav, the Milwaukee Bucks, out of all the people to choose, I guess apparently he's a huge Milwaukee Bucks fan. But how do you go from being in Public Enemy to singing the national anthem? We got the revolution. We've been anti everything in Public Enemy, and now you out here singing the national anthem.
Hey, at least he sung it like how he rapped. He was like, "Oh, say, can you see?"
If he had to throw the Fight the Power in there, I'd have been like top 10 ever.
Then he closed it 3 times.
Hey, I loved it. The players were weak. The fans didn't know what to do. It was just an awkward moment. And I blame Milwaukee for having nobody else available. They could have had a contest as fans walked in.
Man,
Milwaukee's pretty bad for that. They have acts come out there that really shouldn't be there. They have Ja Rule performed like last year, and I was like, I didn't know he was still doing things.
If he was still alive, DMX would give you a mean national anthem.
I think the only thing you should allow DMX to do, I say you let DMX do every team's pregame prayer, but other than that, Nothing.
You ain't never heard his Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
I'm gonna move on to something better. This show is already a bad show. We're now going in the toilet areas.
This is the
All right.
best show.
Today is Halloween, man. So you got a lot of people dressed up as what they normally aren't. This is the time where a lot of ladies let their inner freak out. They decide they want to be a sexy something, sexy school teacher, sexy nurse. They always throw the sexy in front of it. They can't just be a regular whatever it is. But the big thing for us today was the NFL trade deadline was at 4 p.m. Rumors galore. I believe the Denver Broncos were at one point rumored to be trading everybody on the team.
Yep.
The mascot was getting traded at one point in time to SMU, the Stallions. They were like, "Hey man, look, we're gonna turn this Bronco into a stallion." I think they call that the Jenner surgery. But anyway, you turn a Bronco into a stallion. But the Broncos end up not trading anybody. Some very big names are on there. What's my guy in the Titans? He was on the trading block, running back. Derrick Henry. They said Derrick Henry was getting out of there. The Cowboys had said earlier they were staying put. And then the Washington Commanders were like, hey, we're not winning games. We need people to talk about us. Who are our best two players? Hey, man, Josh Sweat and Chase Young. Get them out of here. Get those guys out of here. The Commanders win the trade deadline by trading off two bookend defensive ends. One of the most valuable positions on any NFL football team. They trade two of them. Two. Now, in their defense, both of them would have become unrestricted free agents at the end of the year. I don't think they would have been able to keep both of them.
Did you keep Sweat?
I think they would have been able to keep Sweat. I think they would have lost Chase Young. Again, in their defense, Chase Young only plays 3 games a year.
It's a monster 3 games.
You can turn
it's a great 3, but only 3. And as one Redskin fan, Commander fan said to me, we've had them all these years and we still haven't won. Why not try something new? What do you say about the Commanders? And I'm gonna go to a Commander fan until he gets a new team, Slater Joel. What happened? What do you feel? Tell me about it.
First of all, this is going to be the hardest thing to do, not to curse while I'm thinking about these decisions that have been made. Again, I understand us getting rid of maybe one. I understand, even if it was Chase. I understand that. I love Chase. I like Sweat.
But he loves to chase and sweat. All right, go ahead. All that chasing will make you sweat.
Shut up. So at the end of the day, I didn't mind them getting rid of one because I understand they probably wouldn't have been able to afford it. But to get rid of both in hopes of not a first round, not a second round, but a third round pick. That's we let go of 2 players for that.
Well, here's what I have to say about that, man. I think that ever since you let that black guy, Magic Johnson, in there, I think the Commanders have been listening to too much rap music, man. And I don't chase them, I replace them. Okay, that's the first thing. And then never let them see you sweat. They got those 2 songs in their head and got all those guys out of there.
This is not the time.
This is crazy. So here's what I say about it. I say, is it genius? Because let me take one of the teams who were involved in the trade. The San Francisco 49ers, who ended up getting Chase Young.
Yes, Young.
I think it solidifies their defense. I think now the question that the 49ers are going to have, Bosa and Young, both very injury prone. But if you can get those 2 guys around playoff time playing well, you're in good shape. But the 49ers got Chase Young with a compensatory 3rd round pick. It wasn't even one of their picks. It was one of their picks that they had traded somebody else for and got those picks. So they were able to stockpile picks. And I think that when we look at it, initially we say a 3rd round pick is low, but I don't think you're ever going to be able to get these guys with 1st round picks. It's just very rare because people are saying, man, if I'm going to trade a 1st round pick, I might as well get a 1st rounder and take my risk with it. But a 3rd is good. The Redskins have now gotten a lot of picks. They stockpile picks, and they cleared a lot of money off of their salary cap. They may be really aggressive in the offseason, and they might be able to pull a prime and bring in 86 new players. Zoe, tell me, what do you think about this trade? What do we got?
Uh, Initial thoughts. Washington. I just think they at the beginning of the year, I thought they had Sam Howell, they had a cheap quarterback, they had all those good defensive linemen. It's okay. Let's see if Sam Howell can be Brock Purdy. Let's see if he can come in and do something, and we can make some headway in the division and try to make a splash. As the season going on, Sam Howell has kind of floundered up and down, I think. And I think they realized it just wasn't going to work. And they said, hey, Magic come in with the new guy. And they're like, hey, we can't pay all these guys. Let's get rid of them. Let's start over, do a total rebuild. I think it took 7-8 games to realize that. And I think it's a good plan. You need to just fire sale everything, start over, and do whatever you got to do to get whichever quarterback you think is going to do the job out of this draft. And that's where you start the team. You're not going anywhere unless you do that. And as far as 49ers, I mean, they've been struggling on defense lately, right? Giving up all kinds of rushing yards. Steve Wilkes got players all out of position from what the forums say. And I think by bringing this guy in, they should be re-energized, go back to the drawing board and see if they can get back on track.
Jason, you've got a business, the Hype Factory 757. If you had the Hype Factory 757, if you bought it from somebody else, everybody in that business has been there, and it's been a bad business with the guys that you've got working in there. Even though they've got all the potential in the world, it's just been a bad business. Do you come in and you take all those guys, you get the job, and you get in there and you look, and they're still doing bad? Do you fire everybody and bring in a whole new staff, or do you hope that you can get those other guys read the employee manual and get it together?
Well, absolutely not. You don't do the fire sale right now because, for one, you just brought in a new offensive coordinator, right? And you just almost halfway through the season. And if you think about it, there was what y'all 3-4 before this game.
I was about
right?
to say we 3-5 now.
So now y'all 3-5. So if you think about it, one more game, y'all at 500 with a new coordinator.
No, you're not.
Young system. Well, hold on, Riverboat.
Not how math works.
Well, look, with Riverboat Ron, who's past his prime already, I don't think you guys was a bad team. But right now, like, what is the goal? Are you already tanking for the number one pick? I don't think you're gonna get that. So, I mean, what's the direction that you guys are going in? Are you getting rid of Riverboat? You have no direction. So you have to establish where you're going first, right? So I'm not going to let nobody go until I understand where their worth is and how I can utilize them first.
Because I'm looking at coaching first, in my opinion. I'm looking at coaching first on the team before I start moving anybody around. And we have let go 2 key players, and Riverboat Ron still putting on his headset on Sunday.
I think Riverboat Ron is out at the end of the year. Second of all, Jason, if they're 3-5 and they win one more game, they're still not at 500. Just wanted to make sure we put that out there. But you did go to Norcom, so I expect that.
What I said,
not allowing you to defend yourself. Not allowing you.
No.
Nope.
What I said at 3-4, if they would have won, they would have been 4-4.
Okay. All right. Yeah. On that note, but they're not. They're definitely 3-5.
Yeah, but they lost. Say 3-5.
Yeah, they're definitely 3-5.
Do you still do the fire sale at 4-4? Like, one game, does it really make that difference? Do they get traded if they win on Sunday?
So that's the thing. And from a guy who supports the Broncos, when we were 1-5, each game they lose this next one, fire sale. And then they go out and they win a game. And so now they're 2-5. And they're like, but here comes the Chiefs. So we're going to lose this one. We're going to be 2-6, fire sale. They beat the Chiefs, put themselves at 3-5. They're right in the thick of the conference. And so now they're keeping everybody. It's really weird how that works, man. Deion Sanders would have just got all new people in, is what he would have done. So we can't support Deion. Deion threw away all his guys. You guys have got to let the Redskins throw away all of their guys. And they're no longer the Redskins. I apologize. All right. I apologize.
Let go of that name before you let go of players. I'm sick of that name, Commanders, too.
All right, last thing, man. We got last thing, and then we're gonna go into these picks. I really don't think I used to believe that one person did not change a professional football team that much. That you're not that much better because of one person. I've been proven wrong this season. And I think traditionally, when we start talking about the MVP race in the NFL, there's only one player. It's usually go to a quarterback or whatever. I believe if we can get outside of quarterbacks, the most important person in football right now is Taylor Swift. There's absolutely no way you can look beyond the impact she has had on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are undefeated with Taylor Swift in there. And if we want to talk about the production of Travis Kelce and that offense with Taylor Swift in the box, it's ridiculous. I watched this game. I watched this game the other day. No Taylor Swift. That's a different Kansas City Chiefs team. Is Taylor Swift the NFL MVP? Let me know, Zoe.
Hey, look, if she's not up there, then we need to reevaluate it because, like you said, when Travis Kelce has her there, they clearly try to get this guy the ball. He's got 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns. I saw what happened in Denver. His fantasy stats were through the floor. I'm like, that's ridiculous. And I think she went on tour.
Yeah, she's about to go on tour. She's about to go on tour again.
So, I mean, what's this mean? I mean, does that mean the Broncos got a shot?
Hey, listen, not Jamal Williams. Pookie Williams said, hey, we in there. Give it to me, Jason. Is the NFL MVP at this point, right now, Taylor Swift?
Absolutely not. However, absolutely not. But I do believe she has a great influence on the game of football.
Taylor Swift. He's breaking down Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is way more important to football than Beyonce will ever be.
I'm speechless on that one. I'm stumped. But what about what's the girl, the gymnastics that her boyfriend
Simone Biles is at every game.
Her boyfriend was at Owens.
Simone Biles at the gate. They don't even put her in the booth. Right. Simone Biles has to stand outside.
Yeah, she by the rope, freezing.
She's standing outside in Lambeau Field. No press box. It's crazy. All she's done is won multiple gold medals. And that's her husband. That's what's so crazy about that. That is not just a boo jank. That is her whole husband. So Slater, if and my odds on favor for NFL MVP this year is definitely going to Taylor Swift. If it's not at the halfway point of the NFL season, who do you have as the NFL MVP right now?
Oh, I was ready for the Taylor Swift thing. I was gonna go crazy on that right quick.
Yeah, a lot of people try to go crazy on Taylor Swift. But if you feel like Taylor Swift is the MVP, you can go with it.
I don't feel like she's the MVP. But anyway, no. Who I have for MVP right now in the NFL, honestly, I don't care because my team is absolutely garbage.
All right, we're gonna let Oscar the Grouch take a break back there. Just that dude don't even want to. He's Suicide Sal. We can't even bring him through. Take his shoestrings from him. This dude is crazy. All right, so who right now, MVP of the NFL is who?
I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes. I think, and I'll tell you why. All right, I think that team, okay, because they're not with Philly. You know, they're a game behind Philly, but that team, they don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. They have a very young receiving core. I know they got a good defense, good to decent defense, right? But every game, I think he's the one steamrolling that thing. And he's gotten them right there at the tops of the AFC. They're right there in contention to have a number one seed, and they could very well go right back to the Super Bowl. And I don't think you can say that about every player, that specific impact. So I don't have the stats for you right here, but I think those are my reasons why I choose him. And Jalen Hurts a close second.
Jason, who you got as the MVP, man?
Yo, right now it's a toss up. It's a 2-man race right now, and I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence because his team is playing well. He's a
6-2.
field general, and man, they seem like they about to get on the road. But then you cannot leave out Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is on pace for that 2,000 yards.
Already
And,
over 1,000.
hold on,
well over.
And on Thursday they play the Chiefs on national
They
TV.
play the Chiefs on Thursday.
So, hey, to go back and to take on the King and beat your old team,
I think he's gonna
have the record.
I think he's gonna have 500 yards in that game.
Notoriety. I'm just trying to tell you, if they lock up, if they win, they don't have to win the whole conference. They just got to win their division. If they win their division and lock up one or two seeds, oh yeah, you got to give it to Tyreek Hill. You have to.
I'll tell you right now. They won't be having their jewelry stolen at the game. I'm gonna go. Hey, listen, you guys. Oh no, you did include Trevor Lawrence. I was gonna say you guys went real black heavy on your MVP candidates. Hey, I think the most valuable player in the NFL right now, without a doubt, is McCaffrey.
I was just about to say that.
And I don't know how Zoe went past this guy. This guy has scored in 437 straight games from the running back position, unheard of. And I think if you take that guy off of the San Francisco 49ers right now, that is a team that's drafting at the top of the draft.
Completely.
Those guys go from great to horrible almost immediately. I say the same thing about the Chiefs with Mahomes, so I can say that. But I think if you take Tyreek Hill out, and this may seem weird, this may seem sacrilegious, but I still think the Dolphins are a good team. They've got speed to burn, and they've got Waddle. One of the things about the Dolphins, you can't just concentrate on Hill because Waddle will waddle on you all day long. Those guys are ridiculous in the speed category. And now the rookie they got, A-Chain. Hey man, he's faster than Joe Smith's wife getting in a new porn. It's amazing how these guys work. Okay. All right, before we get threats from Joe Smith, because I know a lot of his family is right here.
Yes, you do.
You're right in Norfolk, buddy.
Okay. Shout out to Young Park. Hey, my bad. Just saying.
Goodness grief.
He came out and said these things, not me. Let's get into these picks this week, man. Last week, man, we had a new winner. Again, it's so funny how we go in increments of 1 with the guesses. Somebody got 11 right, somebody got 10, somebody got 9, somebody got 8. Bringing up the rear this week, bringing the lame is my man Zoe, only getting 8 games correct.
Zoe, you only got 8 games?
Well, Slater, you only got 9. So, like, no.
No, I'm gonna be real though. I don't put myself where Zoe is though. Zoe be having like real analysis stuff.
He's faking it. That dude.
I don't put myself nowhere near him, so that's
that
crazy.
Dude is faking it. Slater came in with 9. I came in with 10, and our winner this week for the first time.
Wow.
Usually at the bottom of the barrel, Jason with 11 correct picks this week. We're going with that same method that we went with last week. With the finger them. We're gonna go finger them this week, guys.
Hey, can you please break that down to my wife? She was like, the fingers, I didn't catch it. So break it down to a real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna finger them this week. Here's how it goes. I'm gonna give you 2 teams. You either go for team 1 or team 2. It's not that hard. You put up a 1 for team 1, a 2 for team 2.
Finger them, and then says it's not that hard.
Wow. That's why we're fingering them.
Crazy.
That's why we're fingering them. Okay. You gotta do it. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and pull the schedule up. Let me get this schedule up here.
I actually agree with you again, man. I was actually gonna say Christian McCaffrey, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, we did cut you out because of
I was being a gloomy Gus in the moment. So
you were, man. And
no, you said a mouthful right there. Pause, because that's what I was gonna say.
We should revisit that MVP talk every week.
I just can't believe. I just said mid-season MVP. I just can't believe you went past Christian McCaffrey though. So that's a surprise.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you,
it's a quarterback award.
Don't sleep on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is slowly catching steam.
Lamar's 3rd.
He's slowly catching steam. And think about it, he come back from injury, so he now starting to get comfortable in the receivers, you name it. So that's another one.
Hey, I don't want to toot my own horn, but Russell Wilson did throw for 114 yards last week. All right, let's move on to making these picks. That dude rented out a Waffle House. If that doesn't make you MVP,
two of the MVP if you're going to go there.
No, well, Tua's playing great ball. That guy's left-handed. He's not even from America. He's from Hawaii. All right, y'all ready?
You sound like a Trump supporter.
Oh, man.
Hawaii isn't even an American state.
It's not even America. He's from Hawaii. All right. We got Titans versus Steelers. Will Levis, 4 touchdowns, throwing the ball down the field, most touchdowns over 35 yards in the air than anybody else in the league, and he's only played 1 game. Who we got? Titans, Steelers. Thursday night, Titans or Steelers. Let's put those fingers up there. All right, I think the Levis train goes. Jason picks the Steelers. Tell us why, Jason.
I think the lightning in the bottle don't strike twice again. So remember, he's still a rookie, and he's going up against a Mike Tomlin defense. That's a pretty complicated defense. And then, the Steelers, they just always play hard where they at. They never finish below 500. So these are the type of games that they typically don't lose. So I'm just going to go with the coaching on this one to win this game.
Pittsburgh, a 2.5-point favorite. Will Levis drinks mayonnaise in his coffee and eats the peels on bananas. When you do that, you are made to win. All right.
You need to be in jail.
That dude's stomach is made out of pure alien. All right. The big game from Frankfurt, Germany, home of racism and Hitler. What do we do? Dolphins versus Chiefs. Dolphins, Chiefs. Zoe's got the Chiefs. No Taylor Swift. Why? Give me why.
Where'd you say that game's been played?
In Germany.
What kind of tour is Taylor Swift on?
World.
But there you go.
She'll
probably be there, and the MVP will take down Miami. The Chiefs lost last week, right?
They did to an impressive Broncos squad.
I don't see them losing 2 in a row. They right the ship.
I guarantee the Broncos won't lose this week. All right, we got you. Seahawks, a surprising 5-2 against the 6-2 Ravens.
Oh, that's tough.
Slater, you're the only one that believes in Geno. Tell me why.
Believe in Geno.
In my opinion, Geno has been playing absolutely wonderful football, and I believe Lamar Jackson, number 2, he has had a lot to prove this season, but in my opinion, it's bare minimum. I feel like Geno's gonna want to win this game more.
West Coast team coming to play on the East Coast at 1:00. Usually doesn't work out well for the West Coast team. Give me the Ravens. Not even close. JV quarterbacks starting 2 games. Cardinals versus Browns. Somebody's got to win.
Oh, sheesh.
It's unanimous Browns. The Bucks against the surprising Texans.
We're
split right down the middle. Oh, and a game, I think we probably going to go all the same here. Bears versus Saints.
Oh, God.
Hold on, who's starting the quarterback for the Bears?
That the guy Creamy Nougat or whatever his
name
is.
They still starting.
Everybody picks the Bears, but nobody likes the Saints except Slater. He picks them every week. And his Christian roots won't let him not.
Hallelujah.
The Josh Dobbs possibly led Vikings versus the Falcons. It's too early, man. Kirk Cousins tearing that Achilles is horrible. And they're not going to send him to the same doctor that they sent Aaron Rodgers to.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers, he went to Jesus' doctor.
Yeah. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, Rams, Packers.
This is ugly. I don't know.
It's in Lambeau. I don't know. All right.
Hold on, wait a minute. You said it's in Lambeau.
It's in Lambeau.
Let's
I'm
see,
still going Rams.
Is it cold enough yet? No, it ain't cold enough yet. I'm still going with one.
All right. All right. Then we're down a couple of players, Commanders versus the Patriots.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, I just don't believe Mac Jones is good enough to go out there and still win this game. I believe in Bill Belichick, but not that much. I think the Commanders are going to surprise some people. They played poorly, but they put 31 up on the Eagles. I think they can still score enough to beat the Patriots.
No pass
couldn't score. The Patriots couldn't score with Joe Smith's wife. All right, Colts versus Panthers.
Oh my God.
Yo, the Colts are playing sneaky good.
At 3-5,
they've been competitive in every game.
Okay, the Panthers. I got Bryce Young learning how to win on a true toilet bowl. Giants Raiders.
Oh God.
Who making this schedule up?
His schedule is terrible, dog.
God.
I'll never ever pick the Raiders. I don't care.
So weak.
And I think the Sunday. Oh, this is the Sunday game of the week. One of the Sunday games of the week. Luckily, I think that the game of the week, of course, is going to be the Dolphins and Chiefs. But that's going to be played at 9 a.m. So everybody has to skip church to watch that one. But the later game of the week, which I think will be a really good game, Cowboys, Eagles in Philly. Everybody's taking the Eagles except Jason. Is this fan talk, Jason, or you really believe the Cowboys can win that game?
I really believe that they have a great chance to win that game. I think the shock of Stephon Diggs kind of shocked them, their vocal leader, that aggressiveness, and it took them a couple games to acclimate themselves with life without him. So I think that's going to kind of play in our favor. Our special team's been going pretty good. So right now, I think we are prepared to go into wherever the name of that place is and have a good game that time.
Jason's the only smart man on the show, which shows the fact that he usually comes in last when we make picks. The resurgent. Oh no, you got the slumping Bills versus the resurgent Bengals. Bengals.
It's not close.
That's Sunday night. Bengals Sunday night in Cincinnati. Listen, for some reason, when nobody's watching, Josh Allen plays like garbage. But when that spotlight gets on Allen, he has a way of having amazing games. Even though some people feel like Joe Burrow may be the best quarterback in the NFL, I think those people are smoking crack. I think this game comes down to the Bills winning a tight one, down to the wire. But I still think it's going to be a shootout. And in another Monday night game nobody asked for, it was much better when Aaron Rodgers wasn't hurt. Chargers versus Jets. Chargers versus Jets. I need the Jets to win, but I think the Chargers will win. Hey, guys, another great show, man. Great show, man. A lot of people picking the Jets over the Chargers.
Yeah, man, I don't see it.
Let's go Chargers. All right, those guys are going to do what they got to do. Hey, man, it's been great, man. You can find us here every Tuesday night, 8:30, sometimes 9. It depends on what the guys have got going on. These guys have got exciting lives, and their parents and husbands and vocal artists and all kinds of stuff. So you never know what'll go on with these guys. Let's go ahead and give everybody the shout outs as we go out of here, man, starting with the teamless Slater Joel.
I have nothing encouraging to say. Like, just swing on them tomorrow. Lose everything. Lose your job. Lose your house. Lose everything.
He went with the Beyonce method. All right. Lonzo.
Man, good being with y'all this week. Good talk. We just finished coming back from trick-or-treating, so I'm about to go see what kind of snacks I can get. See you next time, yo.
Took my son trick-or-treating right into the Family Dollar and told him pick out a bag, and we rolling. Jason, what you got?
I tried that.
Trick-or-treating is not the same. Only 3 kids came to the house. Will not be next year. Done.
Whoa.
Hey, listen. All I know is Trick or Treat is also the name of Joe Smith's wife's OnlyFans. So we'll have a. Oh. Man, it's another great show, man. Really enjoy being with you guys, man. Hey, remember, y'all can tune here every Tuesday. And then nightly, daily in the morning, you can check me out on See You in the Morning. Hey, man, listen, we're also trying to sell out this show at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. It's featuring myself, and I might even let somebody else get on the stage. But more importantly, it's me. Y'all go to vb.funnybone.com. I'm doing everything for myself, doing my own promo. I even made the flyer. It's a great time out here, man. I'm doing a lot. Y'all, at least y'all can do is come out and see your boy.
vbfunnybone.com. It's a Sunday, right?
It's a Sunday, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Don't act like you got anything to do.
No, I'm good. I'm actually on vacation the week after that too, man. So I might.
I was gonna say, even Jesus took off for Thanksgiving, so you can too.
I want 2 VIP tickets.
Oh man, the thing, I don't know what's happening. This is kind of blanked out there. I don't know what happened. All right, guys.
I want to purchase 2 VIP tickets.
Oh, well, Jason's back in. Okay, there we go. Man, at first I was lost, but now I can see. All right, man, we out of here, man. It's Second Guild, the show of regular guys.